That is the end of the weather forecast. Here is an announcement. The British Electricity Authority has put out an economy warning for all parts of the country for 5 hours today between...
Well, you hear that often enough on a winter's morning, and it is to be hoped that you do something about it. For the problem of overloading on our electricity supplies is a very serious one indeed. Near St. Paul's Cathedral is the National Control Centre of the British Electricity Authority, where constant watch is kept on consumption and output, and measures taken to keep the wheels turning and the lights burning during the critical peak periods of early morning and early evening. This diagram shows how, after a quiet night, the load begins to rise to a peak from 5 o'clock, when the early workers switch on, to 9 o'clock, when factories and offices are warming up. From about 11 o'clock to tea time, there is a drop. Then comes the second danger point, when lights go on and trams, trolley buses and electric trains begin to meet the colossal demands of the homeward rush hour. This is the most harassing time of the day for British electricity. And nowadays, particularly when the weather is cold, the moment may come when all generating plant is working at full output, and the demand is still increasing. Then the frequency indicator begins to drop from the standard 50 cycles per second to 49 or 48, and instructions to shed load have to be given promptly by teleprinter to the area control centres. Big power stations like Battersea provide most of London's power today. But there are small stations too, which, although not very economical to run, have to go full out during the peak period. Before the grid, with its network of overhead lines, was erected, generating stations could not be interlinked in this way. And while one was working at full pressure, a neighbouring one might have been well underloaded. So once more, the daily crisis is nearly past. But if we at home play our part, switching off everything we can the moment we are asked to, the crisis can be much less critical, and the danger of factory stoppages very much reduced.